Hey there. I never thought I'd be one of those people who send creepy stories online, the kind that clogs your inbox with promises of things that go bump in the night. But here I am at 3:14 a.m., staring at the popcorn ceiling of my tiny apartment, the silence pressing down on me like a physical weight. I need to get this out, even if no one believes me. Maybe it's the lack of sleep messing with my head, turning every rustle and creak into a monster under the bed. But lately that silence feels heavy, like it's pregnant with something unseen. It all started with a trip back home, a weekend getaway with my brother Mark. We weren't exactly on a nostalgic kick, but life had been a whirlwind lately. A new promotion, a demanding boss, the ever-present hum of city life. It had all gotten a little overwhelming. We both needed a break, a chance to escape the concrete jungle and reconnect with simpler times. Blue Ridge, Virginia, the small town we called home for the first 10 years of our lives, seemed like the perfect solution. The drive was uneventful, the radio filled with the kind of classic rock we used to blast through our parents' car on long summer road trips. As we turned onto the familiar dirt road leading to our childhood home, a wave of bittersweet memories washed over me. The house hadn't changed much. It was still the same creaky, one-story affair nestled amongst towering pines, looking a little worse for wear but holding a certain charm all the same. Unlocking the front door sent a shiver down my spine. The air inside was thick with dust and the unmistakable scent of forgotten memories. A mix of attic insulation, mothballs, and something vaguely sweet, like the perfume my grandmother used to wear. The silence was different here, a comforting blanket of quiet broken only by the creak of the floorboards beneath our feet. It felt good to be back, a return to a simpler time when worries were few and imagination fueled our every adventure. The afternoon was spent sifting through boxes in the attic, unearthing forgotten toys and faded photographs tucked away in forgotten corners. There was a chipped porcelain doll with a hauntingly vacant stare, a tattered teddy bear missing an eye, and a cardboard box overflowing with our earliest artistic endeavors. Mostly scribbles and abstract shapes, but masterpieces in our 10-year-old minds. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the cluttered room, a strange sense of melancholy settled upon me. It was a feeling of loss, a bittersweet reminder of how quickly time marches on, leaving childhood innocence behind. We descended the creaky stairs, the familiar surroundings offering a strange sense of comfort, despite the passage of time. Mark uncorked a bottle of wine, the sound a sharp contrast to the quiet house. The oaky scent mingled with the musty aroma of the old house, creating a heady mix that brought back a flood of forgotten memories. Family dinners, board game nights, and the comforting presence of our parents, who were unfortunately no longer with us. The first scream ripped through the stillness a little after 8. It wasn't a human scream, but a guttural, blood-curdling sound that sent shivers down my spine and made the hair on the back of my neck stand on end. We jumped, hearts hammering against our ribs, the sudden noise shattering the peaceful atmosphere. The scream came from somewhere in the woods that surrounded the house. Our initial reaction was to rush to the window and investigate, a decision fueled by morbid curiosity and a youthful disregard for danger. But something held us back. Perhaps it was the primal fear that gripped us, or maybe it was the memory of all those horror movies we'd seen growing up, the ones where the protagonists make the stupid decision to investigate a mysterious sound in the dark. Neither of us moved. If someone needed help, they knew where the front door was. Maybe it wasn't the smartest logic, but at least it wasn't facing whatever made that sound in the dark. The scream came again, closer this time, echoing through the trees. A primal terror gripped us. Without thinking, we pulled the curtain shut, a desperate attempt to shield ourselves from the outside world. Then, a different sound began, a scraping, dragging noise from above. It started faint, barely audible over the pounding of my heart, but grew steadily louder. It was coming from the roof. We both looked up, our eyes meeting in silent terror. The single light bulb hanging from the ceiling cast an uneven glow, leaving the corners of the room shrouded in inky blackness. But the sound left no room for doubt. Something was moving on the roof. Something heavy. Panic clawed at my throat. The thought of being trapped, a helpless prey beneath whatever stalked us on the roof, was a suffocating notion. Mark's hand tightened around the poker, his knuckles turning white. We didn't dare move, fearing any sound would attract whatever lurked above. The scraping sound continued, relentless and horrifying. It seemed to circle the house, dragging something heavy across the shingles. The image of monstrous claws tearing through the roof flashed in my mind, and I squeezed my eyes shut, willing it away. But the sound wouldn't be ignored. It was a chilling reminder of our vulnerability, a symphony of unseen terror playing out just inches above our heads. It only stopped when the morning came. With trembling hands, we unlocked the front door. The air was cool, but a different kind of chill ran down my spine as I stepped onto the porch. There, sprawled across the roof, lay the skeletal remains of a deer. Its picked-clean carcass gleamed white in the rising sun. My stomach lurched. What in the world could have dragged a full-grown deer onto the roof? And what could have happened to us if we had gone to investigate that evening? The answer hung heavy in the air, unspoken. Something was out there in the woods watching us. Something strong, stealthy, and utterly terrifying. We left Blue Ridge that day, the silence in the car broken only by the rhythmic hum of the engine. That night, safe in my own apartment, I locked and double-locked every window and door, but the fear lingers. It creeps in at night, fueled by the unanswered question: what crawled on the roof that night? And then sometimes, in the quiet moments, I think I hear it. A faint scratching sound coming from above. Maybe it's just the settling of the building, a trick of the mind. But a part of me knows better. A part of me knows it's watching, waiting. What is up, guys? Mr. Shadow Whisper here. Thanks for sticking with the video. If you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like and subscribing for more. I always appreciate your feedback. So leave a comment below and let me know what you thought. And if you have a story you'd like to share, there's a link to my email in the description box.